clawing our way out of our graves to bring you your weekly dose of chaos and darkness. I'm Rexy.
And I'm Lillie. And this is the Morning Report.
Hey, mourners.
Hello.
Hi, Lillie.
Hi, darling.
So, this is our continuation for all of you guys who...
The Circus Riots.
The Circus Riots. So for all of you who tuned in last week, now we're going to get into the real rioty part of the Circus Riots.
Oh, man. Those Catholics. And those clowns.
And those firemen.
This just goes so many ways so fast.
So, yeah, we hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed talking about it.
Oh my God, please do. We're not gonna give you a choice. You have to enjoy this.
Yeah, you have to. It's too good.
Exactly.
And if you don't, you're fired. You'll have to be joining Leo and Daryl and apparently Kevin.
Fired Island.
Fired Island. We gotta find somewhere for Kevin to be on the team just so he's not reason to have been fired.
He just is a fired fan. That's it.
Fired fan. All right.
Fired fan.
Oh, I freaking love it. Oh, well, I hope you guys enjoy this.
Oh my God. Okay. So a bunch of circus clown walked into the wrong brothel, and this particular brothel was the hangout for the local hook and ladder fire brigade. The fight started simply enough. Either someone... What? I've been freezing and I don't know what's going on. It'll get caught up. But you can still hear me?
Yeah.
Where'd it go? Okay, so the fight started simply enough. Either someone got too lippy or bumped into the wrong guy, but soon they were brawling and wrecking the place. Clowns, firefighters, and sex workers smashing bottles and throwing chairs. Beaver fur and hockey pucks flying everywhere.
No.
I don't think so. Buckets of beer and maple syrup in every orifice. Why, Leo? Why? Why do you make us say these things? And surely there was a moose involved. No, there wasn't.
Maple syrup? If there was a moose involved, everybody would be dead. That moose would have wrecked everybody. What the fuck?
I would like to just make a point. We also love Canada. I don't feel like we...
Oh, yeah. Are we being mean? Do we sound like we're being mean to Canada?
I just wanted to double check just in case.
Okay.
So eventually the clowns handed the firefighters their asses and threw them out to lick their wounds, leaving the sex workers to take care of business in peace. 2 firefighters had to be hospitalized.
Damn.
And so wouldn't you know, the next day was Friday the 13th. The circus, which set up on the shores of Lake Ontario, was still in town, and word of the fight spread to the other firefighters and police. The hook and ladder crew couldn't live down being beaten on their own turf, so they decided to pay the circus a visit, and this time they brought friends. The festivities from the night before were rolling into the next day, and some who went home without a fight saw their chance to fix that. A crowd of angry oranges.
Crowd of angry oranges.
So a crowd of angry oranges gathered at the tents and animal cages. Insults and threats were hurled at the clowns to draw them out, and then they started throwing rocks. Oh, and the orangemen brought pikes and axes. Bystanders called for the police, but they dragged their feet in support of the orange. The carnies held back the mob until the hook and ladder brigade showed up, and then all hell broke loose. The crowd rushed the circus, flipping weapons, tearing down tents, and setting fire to the big top. The carnies were absolutely throttled by the orange. Performers ran for their lives, some jumping into Lake Ontario to escape the fire and carnage. At the last minute, the police with the mayor showed up and stopped things before anyone was actually murdered.
I cannot believe that in all of that, nobody was actually murdered. Like, there were pipes and axes and
Yeah.
fists and, like, and everybody survived.
So some say he actually stopped a fireman from killing a clown as he snatched a swinging axe out of the fireman's hand. And they barely stopped the orange from setting fire to the animal cages. Then the town militia was called in to keep everyone separated at bayonet point. The carnies grabbed their things and hightailed it out of town. 17 people were arrested, but they were all let go when their fellow Orangemen couldn't remember seeing any of them at the riot.
Yes.
As you can imagine, Orangemen had fuzzy memories when watching their friends criming.
Yep.
It took nearly 100 years before the stranglehold that the Orange had on Toronto weakened and gave way to new opportunities for corruption. So that's the 1855 Toronto Circus riot.
That is wild.
That was weird.
Firemen versus clowns.
That's like a painting that I want in the living room.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of really ripped, jacked clowns in full clown makeup fighting a bunch of firemen.
I like it. I think that's amazing.
We should get somebody to make that for us.
We should. So if anybody out there wants to make that for us,
Yeah, we'll take it.
We would love it. We'll make it into a sticker.
Yeah, it'll be great. So there you go.
Ooh, that's fantastic. You did a great job.
I don't know how I feel about anything that has happened on this episode.
I think it's been a blast.
I feel a little icky.
There needs to be a clown fireman calendar. Oh. Well, if anybody wants to make that, we'll take one.
I'm going back and forth on the whole clown thing right now. I don't like them.
They freak me out.
They freak me out
For the
too.
most part. Like, all done in the complete makeup, it freaks me out because, like, just don't know who's it. Yeah, it freaks me out. I have a little bit more before I let you go.
Okay.
Do you guys remember, it's probably been weeks ago now, do you guys remember when we talked about the disappearance of that 200-foot Alabama radio tower?
Yes.
We have some updates.
Updates, yay!
And this is coming to us from radioworld.com. Skeptics question.
You got this.
Skeptics question disappearance of Alabama radio tower. Some observers doubt WJLX's tower was stolen, but the general manager stands by his account. Did the general manager of WJLX fake why? Why can't I say words? Did the general manager of WJLX fake the theft of the station's own 200-foot AM radio tower?
No.
Some online skeptics think so. Brett Elmore says it just isn't so. The alleged theft of that tower in Jasper, Alabama, which we told you about earlier this month, that was back in February, gained attention from national and international media outlets, USA Today, The Guardian, South China Morning Post, and many others. But it also generated a lot of snarky comments from some observers, including several radio engineers who doubt the plausibility of the story. Oh, Leo says a radio tower episode was just released last week. General Manager Brett Elmore says thieves stole the tower from its rural transmission site. He reported the incident to police on February 2nd. He said the theft of the tower and other equipment, including its transmitter, took the station off the air. Elmore says he was unaware the structure had gone missing until a land-clearing company made the discovery and called him. The station had no remote monitoring equipment. So personnel was unaware that the AM station was off the air prior to this discovery. However, Questions about how a 200-foot tower could vanish without a trace, as Elmore described it, swirled. Baffling is the word one engineer expert used in a post discussing the case, especially in a span of 24 hours. Some commenters speculated that WJLX had failed to maintain its AM site over time, but needed to keep its related FM translator on the air and required a cover story. One unattributed comment in a Facebook group insisted that the AM has been off the air for several years and the site neglected, but that rumors of an FCC complaint about the silent AM led him to believe that there might soon be an inspection, revealing the tower's sad state and inability to operate.
Oh.
Hey, David! Yeah, so last week, we did a story over a radio tower, 200-foot radio tower in Alabama.
Jasper.
In the US. Jasper, Alabama, here in the U.S., that was stolen just overnight. So this is an update on that story. Also a YouTuber, William Collier, said he visited the WJLX tower site and filmed his experience to document it. His discoveries, according to the video, included rusted guy wires, dilapidated fencing, unmowed grass, and a transmitter building that had seemingly fallen into disrepair. In the video, he challenges the owner's assertions that the tower was stolen. Instead, he hypothesizes that the radio station operators let the property fall into disrepair and that the AM station was perhaps off the air for an extended time prior to the tower suddenly going missing. Radio World contacted Brett Elmore to follow up. People are going to speculate and they think it's an inside job, but I can assure you I had nothing to do with it. We didn't disassemble a 200-foot tower and steal the equipment. Elmore says he's given police access to records from the utility company that provides service to the tower site that shows electrical usage until the alleged theft that proved the station had been in operation prior to the tower disappearing. If the FCC were to ask for proof that the station has been operating, Elmore says he would offer them the power bills, though he declined to share those records with Radio World. Elmore says there were challenges to maintaining the AM tower site, which is located in a marshy area near a creek prone to flooding. The station previously hired contract broadcast engineer Olin Booth of Innovative Broadcast Services to work on the transmitter. Radio World's emails to Booth seeking confirmation were not immediately returned. The site was difficult to get to at times with the flooding, Elmore said. The transmitter building had flooded on multiple occasions. We had an old 1990s era Harris transmitter, but the site was properly fenced and working when the tower was stolen. As evidence that the site generally was well maintained, he pointed to the photo shown here, which he said was taken a year and a few months ago. I don't know how they did it so fast.
Yeah, that's... I don't know.
24 hours?
I don't know. This whole story has confused me.
I think it's confused everybody. Elmore says that he's not sure of the last day of operation of the AM station. He says he called police the day the land clearing company phoned him to report the tower was missing. When asked why no listeners reported the station being off the air, he said an elderly woman who listens to the AM station for its church programming typically would have called him if the station was off the air, as she had done it in the past. I really can't tell you why we didn't have any calls, he said. Unfortunately, we live in an area where people will steal anything they can scrap for money. The station didn't have a silence sensor or remote monitoring equipment because of the expense of the equipment. Elmore says he's unsure how transmitter readings for the AM station were taken prior to the incident. He has organized a GoFundMe page to raise funds to rebuild the tower and purchase a new transmitter. So far, the GoFundMe effort has raised $10,000. It has a goal of $60,000.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Leah says it sounds like the tower was dismantled over a long span of time and just made it look like it happened overnight.
Yeah.
Kevin said there's lots of copper. Wow. Still like 24 hours. That's so fast.
So fast. That's crazy.
Oh. Lily.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me
Person. Human.
Tell me your hell yeah.
one. I don't do anything
Not
to have a
allowed to
hell
say
yeah.
that.
Well, I did, so nana boo boo.
Say something else. You're not allowed.
Hey. Oh, so now I'm not allowed to speak my truth? Is that what this is, Rexy?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes, really. That's what this is.
You tyrant.
I am.
I demand something good happen to you.
demand something good happen to you. Tell me what it is right now. Right? David, it doesn't make any sense. 24 hours to dismantle a 200-foot radio tower out in a marsh.
I don't know. I don't have any hell yeah. I don't do anything.
Come up with
I
something.
go to work. I don't know.
Tell me some cool shit that happened at work lately.
Nothing. I've told you all the cool shit that's happened at work lately.
You've got to have something. There's seriously got to be some kind of good thing that has happened to you in the last 2 months.
I didn't die. Like
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
does that count?
No. Heaven's hell yeah is we saw the Dipper. Big Dipper. And the Aurora.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't see the colors, but I went out last night and the sky was a lot brighter than it should have been. So I just assumed that was it and then I went to bed.
That is delightful.
I was like, oh, well, the sky isn't usually this bright at 11 o'clock. That must be the lights. I don't see any colors. I'm going.
I mean, okay. I had to use my astrophotography app and then my night mode to be able to see all the colors.
Some people got it. Some people got good ones.
Yeah.
I just got a real bright sky and I was too tired to actually even try to do anything with it.
That's fair.
So, that's yay. And I didn't die. Yay!
Yay! That is really good. Actually,
is
that's
good.
really good.
I'll take it.
Sometimes it's really hard.
It is. I'm still here. I woke up. I'm happy, and that's all. That's it. So,
Okay.
oh, I had a good Mother's Day. That was yesterday.
Oh, did you? What'd you do for
I
Mother's
did.
Day?
We went to my mom, dad, brother, and the kids, and Steve was there. All went out
Steve
to
was there too.
and Steve was there. All went out to a like little beach themed seafood joint here in town.
Yeah.
And it was very, very good.
Oh, nice.
And then mom, dad, and the girls and I know Steve went and saw the local theater's production of Little Mermaid.
Ooh, was that fun?
It was so good. It's so good. It was awesome. And it's so cute because Flounder was a little girl on like Keeley shoes.
Oh,
She was so sweet. I loved her.
that's cute.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all I got.
I like it. That's really good. And I'm also glad that you are alive, but it's nice to
Me
hear.
too.
Kevin says I was dragged into a park at 1:30 a.m. by a dragon.
I'm not gonna unpack that.
Yeah,
I'm just not gonna unpack that.
I'm the dragon. And Leah
Oh,
says
okay.
the dragon doesn't take no for an answer when it comes to space.
Okay. You being the
Yeah.
dragon makes
the dragon.
so much sense.
Basically, everybody else was asleep, and I was like, hey, let's go look at the aurora. And so he has a park behind his house, so I made him go outside at like 1:30 in the morning and stand out there in the park behind his house taking pictures of the aurora with me.
That is a very very Rexy thing to do.
It was fun though. We got some great pictures. Eric says the dragon gets what the dragon wants.
Yes.
I like it.
Oh, excuse me.
Mine is probably gosh. I'm still riding a pretty high from the Red Rocks ritual, of course, but like I
Good for
think
you should be.
my biggest hell yeah is this is gonna take just just a little bit to explain, but so I've been doing DBT therapy weekly, and so DBT is dialectic behavioral therapy instead of cognitive. So that means that we're working on like training our brain to handle things differently.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So proud of you.
So when you do DBT therapy, they give you these, they call them diary cards. And they have like a grid that you have to fill out for each day. And it's like number 1 through 5, severity of, or 0 through 5, severity of what you've encountered. If you've had any ideations of unaliving yourself, if you've had any self-harm instances, what your mental pain, your sadness, your shame, and then on the other side, it's like your joy, your fun, what are these things? And like a year ago, because my therapist just let me know we just passed our 1-year mark. Thank you, Leo. A year ago, all of my numbers on the left side of the page were like 4s and 5s. I mean, I was like clinging to existence by a thread.
Yeah.
And most of the ones on the right side were 0s and 1s. And now that is like so like almost everything on my left side of the paper is a 0.
Oh, that makes my heart so happy.
It's so good. It's so good to not be struggling in that kind of, like I'm really glad that I'm alive. And
I'm really glad you're alive.
That's my hell yeah. I got taken off of the high risk list. I got all of my knife privileges back. I get to start reducing my medications.
That makes like not only my best friend heart happy, but like my adopted mom heart happy too.
I love you guys so much.
I am so proud of you. I'm gonna cry. I can't. I'm done. We have to go.
Don't you freaking dare. I made my therapist cry. We were talking about that in the session. I was like, I'm proud of myself. Like, I can sit here and legitimately say, I like who I am. I'm proud of myself. Like, I'm really happy to be alive. I'm happy, And he was just like scrunching his eyes. He like took his glasses off and he was like, damn it, Rex. But it's so good. That's my hell yeah. No.
We have to go.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's Lillie and Fournier crying over there on the screen, and I am Rexy Jupiter, who made her cry. And this has been the morning report.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Give me a celebratory one.
I can't.
No, Lillie, quit crying.
Just end it. Go.
Okay. The morning report. Look, I did it for you.